This is Diesel for We the People News. I thought this was interesting, and we'll kind of dive into it just a little bit. Here we go.
Meanwhile, Minneapolis getting one step closer now to abolishing its police department. On Friday, the city council voted to fast-track the process of putting a referendum on the November ballot that would replace the city's police department with a new Department of Community Safety.
It's a structural change that allows us to invest in a holistic approach to safety, using evidence-based strategies, using the brilliance and expertise of our staff from all different disciplines.
Okay, so you guys got to really listen to the words of this. Alright? They're going to abolish or do something about the police. Alright? Which we all know investigates herself. So they think about changing everything. That way they have expertise of investigating themselves. So we're trading one into another, and they keep investigating themselves, and they're going to keep doing the same thing. Again, there's always a hidden agenda, and you heard what that council said. We're going to have experts, and they already have experts investigating the police and misconduct and all that on the judges, attorneys, and all that. They already have all that. So tell me one thing that is actually going to change. They're going to investigate themselves again. All these things is within words to trick you and say, hey, we accomplished something, woohoo! All they did is do a complete U-turn. They started with the police, went down to the U, and says, hey you, see what we're doing here? And then they're going back up to investigate themselves again. This does not accomplish nothing, y'all. It sounds good. And they designed it to sound good. But, in all actuality, it's the exact same thing. So, I just wanted to kind of point that out. I thought it was kind of interesting how they worded it, where they're going to stop this because their experts got in trouble for not operating in good behavior, and they're going to put experts into, oh, but we're going to operate in good behavior when we investigate ourselves. Again, my opinion on this, and this is the reason why I say sometimes we the people are stupid, because we don't know the Constitution. Number one, if they're going to go through this process and these people, you know, really want seriously done, and I'm talking about we the people, the protesters, this is what needs to happen. In essence, okay, and this is just off the top of my head. They're going to make a new oath of office, and they're going to put in there, I blank, will solemnly swear that I uphold the Constitution, well, affirm and uphold the number one, let me back up and make it sound cleaner. Let's see here. How would I do this? The oath of office for all government officials. I blank affirm and swear to uphold and go by, number one, the Constitution of the United States of America. Number two, Constitution of the state. There is no law, state laws or anything, because it's supposed to be, all laws is supposed to be gone through the Constitution of the States or the Constitution of the United States of America. So they don't even have to go by law. Just they have to go by them two things right there. No more state laws. That's canceled. If you violate one out of these two, you to automatically lose your qualified immunity, you to reprimand, basically pay the people due to harm of $1,000. So technically $1,000 ticket to the person they did this with. Okay? If there's been any form of major harm to my mind, my body, and my soul, physically, mentally, on the second time, the states drops their qualified immunity and pay for the suit of harm. And $10,000 fine to whoever caused harm, plus lose their job on the second offense. And up to 1 to 10 years in prison or more, according to the harm that has been brought upon we the people. Okay? And I'm just doing this off the top of my head, but you guys can kind of see where I'm getting at, and you guys can clean it up. But in essence, what you do is make them swear to the oath to uphold the Constitution of the United States of America and the Constitution of the states, and that's it. That means judges, lawyers, all of them. No more of this amnesty courts. You know, may put into with the judges from this day forward, you go by the Constitution, no more amnesty courts, military tribunal, only the Constitution. From this day forward, you know, the main deal is get rid of the qualified immunity and go from there. The Supreme Court was supposed to maybe be looking at the qualified immunity again, but you know they're just so unpredictable because you know even Republicans half liberal sometimes. So, but it was just an idea. But the simple fact, they got people fooled that they're going to investigate themselves, and then they decide, well, we're going to cancel this and we're going to move everything over here. The funny thing is, 9 times out of 10 when they do this, it's going to be the same people they had. They just really change titles and keep doing the same thing they do over and over and over. So number one thing is we need to actually get them to have a new oath, subtract the laws, because any laws that is passed in the states or the federal law has got to go by the Constitution. Alright? So no more laws. I was on a jury. I didn't get really to be a jury member because I asked too many questions. They didn't like it. So I didn't get picked. Too smart for them. And that was one of my questions because I'll give you a perfectly deal. Friday, had jury duty. So we went in there with a bunch of people. Okay? Well, the judge comes out and says, you know, go by the Constitution, and then one particular judge says, I don't believe it's a living document, that the Constitution says what it says and means what it means. Alright? So some of us had to come back Monday because we had to call Sunday in the particular area I was in. Monday we came in. So we went into the courtroom. The first thing that came out of their mouth was do we swear to uphold the law of the state of Texas? Never said anything about the Constitution whatsoever during that time. So if you ever get on jury, be very, very careful and listen to what the words are when they do these things to you. Okay? For me, in general, the Constitution was brought up the first day in a room full of everybody. Following Monday through the weekend, the Constitution was never brought up. They had to go by state law. And not a single time the Constitution was brought up during that particular courtroom. Now, I can't say anything else about any other courtroom. I just know what happened in that courtroom. Okay? The Constitution of the states and the Constitution of the United States was ignored. It was Texas law, and that was it. And I said, what about the Constitution? Oh, yeah. So you guys make out what you want to make out on it. They got their butt hurt and absolutely did not pick me on that. Okay? Oh, and by the way, and just so you guys know this, when I was in there, they actually literally specifically target a black woman to be on the jury. Now, the woman that was in trouble in this was a Hispanic girl. Okay? But, I mean, they just kept asking her questions over and over and over. And she got on the jury, but they didn't keep it really a secret. If anybody was really paying attention, it was legitimately, they was targeting her to be on that jury. And as far as I'm concerned, you know, you ask the questions all the way around. But yeah, they literally just target her to be on the jury. Don't know why, honestly. The only thing is I didn't like them actually just sitting there targeting her and making sure she was absolutely going to be on the jury. But that being said, I just wanted to bring that to y'all's attention about this one particular deal that I seen on Fox News, and give you my opinion about it, and just let you guys know that we the people are stupid. We're listening to this, and all they're doing is just playing stupid head games with us, and we're falling for it. And especially the protesters that are out there right now trying to get this all done. Again, I'm not for dismantling. Okay, I am for dismantling the police, but all the police officers need to be sheriffs. I'm not for dismantling the sheriffs. I do not think our sheriffs need to be militarized. And if they are, it needs to be into a minimum. They don't need this big war truck. They don't need tanks and all that kind of stuff, okay? No, they don't need that. If it goes that far, well, then they can invite the FBI at that time and come in, okay? Remember, sheriffs, anytime the FBI comes in at your house or anybody's house, they actually have to have the county sheriff's permission to do so. Okay? Anyway, that's it for on this one. Voice your opinions. I'm going to do what everybody else do. Hit like, subscribe, share. Be honest, I really don't care one way or the other whether you guys do it or not. You know, that's y'all's decision. I appreciate you guys actually listening and all that kind of stuff. So if you do like it, you know, proceed forward and help me out on my YouTube. Until then, till next time, diesel for we the people. Pay attention to the words. Study your Bill of Rights and understand the Constitution belongs to the government and not to us. The Bill of Rights belong to us. Until next time. Bye, y'all.